Hello and welcome to the GBHL podcast. Here with your host GBHL Jamie.
GBHL Harry.
And we are back with part 2 of our book review. There and back again. We have got the Battle of Five Armies Redux scenarios.
Yes.
Hopefully you enjoyed the last one. It was a bit of a marathon.
Yeah, we didn't realise how long it was till afterwards.
I said this on camera now. I might cut that into 2 videos.
Okay. Yeah.
To make it a little bit easier to watch.
Sure.
Because 50 minutes of us reading from a book.
Yes. We promise this won't be as long because it's only got two
scenarios.
2 awesome scenarios.
2 very cool scenarios indeed. And one of them, you need the big bad boy Smaug himself.
You'll need one model.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
for one side.
For one side. So, fire and water, the scenario is. 48 by 48 boards, so 4 foot by 4 foot. Lake town, covered in the houses, walkways, fish, all a lot of it. Participants are Bard, Bane, Sigrid and Tilda, Tauriel, Keely, Feely, Bofa, Oin, the Master of Lake Town, Alfred, Braga, 24 Lake Town Guard, 8 sword, 8 spear, 8 bow, and for the evil models they have Smaug.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Not enough good.
Not enough. So starting positions, the good player deploys Bard, touching the eastern board edge. They then deploy Bane, Sigrid, Tilda, Tauriel, Keely, Feely, Bofa, Oin, touching the western board edge. The Master of Lake Town, Alfred and Braga are deployed touching the southern board edge. The Lake Town Guard are deployed anywhere on the board. Smaug arrives from the northern board edge, as described by the reinforcements rule on page 87 of the main rulebook. So may move, shoot, cast spells, but may not charge.
Oh no, you can only...
Oh no, I don't think he can land, to be honest.
Pardon?
I don't think he can even land anywhere, unless there's special rules for it.
Oh, yeah, we'll just fly and just breathe fire out. Yeah.
So objectives. Bard must now accomplish what his ancestor set out to do. Otherwise, all he holds dear will be engulfed in flame. The good player wins if Smaug is slain. Smaug is intent on unleashing his fury upon Lake Town and will not stop until naught but ash remains. The evil player must kill all the good models to win this scenario. In this scenario, the evil player has priority on the first turn.
Evil has.
Evil has,
okay.
Yeah, opposite to all of the scenarios where good have it. Special rules, the Black Arrow. A great moment of destiny has befallen upon Bard's line. Bane has recovered the Black Arrow and is now trying to return it to his father to use against the dragon. Bane starts the game in possession of the Black Arrow, which is treated as a light object. If both Bard and a model that is carrying the Black Arrow are both in the same tower, Bard may fire the Black Arrow as if he were firing the Wind Lance. That's a nice way to sort of mimic the film, I guess.
Yeah.
Portable Wind Lance. And still benefits from his Black Arrow special rule. Bard may fire the Black Arrow in this way even if he has moved this turn.
Ooh.
A Dragon's Wrath. Smaug is intent on burning Lake Town to the ground and is not paying too much attention to who or what he is burning. All good heroes count as wearing an elven cloak whilst on the walkways of Lake Town. Should a hero move into one of the towers, then Smaug can see and target them as normal.
Shooting in the way though, issue.
Sorry?
Moving in the way
in the
though,
way,
issue.
most likely, yeah.
Well, that's good. Issue.
Yeah. A touch of destiny. The dragon's return to Lake Town is Bard's defining moment, and he has prepared himself for the worst should it arrive. Bard may expend a single point of might each turn without reducing his own store. Additionally, Bard does not need to move towards or charge Smaug should either Sigrid or Tilda be slain. Which is good, and I'm sure in the goods, if we've had the good heroes, I'm not sure you'll understand why Bard has that special rule.
I like the Mighty Hero Bard.
Hero Bard, yeah.
That's cool.
The waters of the Long Lake. The waters that surround Esgaroth could help to douse the flames of the dragon's terrible wrath. Models that enter the waters of the Long Lake must use the rules for swimming. Additionally, any model that has been set ablaze that enters the waters will immediately extinguish the flames. And finally, the defence of Lake Town. Such is the tremendous size of Smaug that he is an easy target for bow fire, not that arrows will be much use against the dragon's hide. Good models may shoot at Smaug even if he is engaged in combat with no risk of hitting friendly models. Any model that shoots at Smaug in this way have their shoot value made 1 point worse. This is cumulative with any other penalties such as moving and shooting.
Okay, that's cool. So the Wind Lance does how many wounds? Is it 10? Is it strength 10?
I'll just double check it because it might have changed.
So obviously you want the Black Arrow in a way to take the final hit, don't you?
Yes.
So do you need to then reduce Smaug by 10 to do that? 10 wounds with shooting and stuff?
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Percy, Bard the Bowman. So the Black Arrow.
Yeah.
Wind Lance is strength 10. So
that's how it's determined to wound when you're doing with the Smaug, isn't it? It takes as many wounds as the strength of the shooting weapon.
yeah.
Bard strength 4 base anyway with his bow.
Yeah.
So with your 3-point might, get off a couple of wounds that way,
Yeah.
and then just get the last 10 off of the Windlance.
6 to hit.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
So Black Arrow. Yeah. Once per game, Bard the Bowman can fire his Black Arrow instead of shooting the Windlance normally. If you choose to do so, declare that he is firing the Black Arrow before rolling to hit, whatever. When shooting the Black Arrow, Bard re-rolls a failed to hit roll and any failed in the way tests. Furthermore, do not roll on the scatter table when firing the Black Arrow. A successful to hit roll against a battlefield target automatically counts as a dead-on result. So yeah, so you don't need to scatter it off Smaug.
Yes, yeah.
And it would do 10 wounds. If we go to Smaug's profile, I think it was FAQ'd because there's something about the missing scale. If a model rolls a 6 to hit Smaug with a shooting attack, then makes a successful roll to wound, Smaug suffers a total number of wounds equal to the strength value. Now, what happens with a siege weapon when firing at a battlefield target is the model is automatically slain unless it has more than 10 wounds. If it has more than 10, it takes half wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was FAQ. The Black Arrow doesn't do
half.
It does whatever's better, 10 wounds or half.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Ooh.
But it doesn't do both. So you don't go right. You've been hit. You've been wounded by a siege weapon. Take 10 wounds. You were hit on a 6, so take 10 more wounds and just die.
Yeah, that'd be.
Even though that would make more sense, but I think for maybe you allow it for the scenario, but in competitive play, it still counts as that.
Okay.
I think it makes more sense in the scenario that you have used the Windlance once to kill him outright.
Yeah, I think.
You get that glorious 6 to hit.
Yes.
4 to wound him. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool, and that'd be an awesome way for it to go. I think there's. I mean, it'd be negative there, but I think about because Smaug's so good, but I think the good could have a chance there.
My only, I think the good have definitely got a chance here. I mean, let's read the designer's notes. My only thing with it is oh my God, where's it gone? Oh, there's more. There's many more scenarios.
Are they us?
Yep.
Oh, I thought we only had 2. We lied.
Oh my God.
We love reading scenarios.
Sorry, just still.
Where did we get 2 from?
God, there's so many scenarios.
Might be a few videos, kids.
Yeah, I don't think we could. We love the scenarios, but doing them on camera is not the most enjoyable task. Yeah, because the board is so chock-a-block, I can't imagine Smaug has anywhere to land. And you also you don't particularly want to put your big heavy model on your fragile plastic terrain.
Yeah.
You'd have to set up the terrain so that there's Smaug spaces.
Little Smaug holes, yeah.
Yeah, that are. You don't put any models in, otherwise you're like, I can't move.
Yeah.
But yeah, designer's notes. In the film, this is Bard's defining moment and sees the demise of Smaug. For the good player to win, they need to get both Bard and the Black Arrow to the top of one of the towers and fire the Black Arrow at Smaug and heavily damage him. Keeping the heroes in cover is key, as it will prevent the dragon from being able to see them and engulf them in flame. Smaug needs to slay all the heroes as quickly as possible to prevent them getting the Black Arrow to Bard the Bowman. So I guess you don't want to put Bard up in the tower too soon because Smaug just goes, oh.
So you want to keep him safe with his elven cloak.
Yeah. And you also don't want to get. You want to get Bane. You want to get them both to like the bottom of the tower, and then have Bane walk up. He goes in, touches, then boom.
Yeah, literally try and do it in one go.
In one go, yeah. Otherwise, you just sort of show your hand by putting Bard at the top. And
yes. Yeah, set that.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Cool scenario.
Yeah.
I'm never going to own Smaug. I don't think unless I win it somehow.
Yeah, then you're going to paint
gift from the community. Never happening. So maybe Jay or one of the Knots lads can sort that out.
Yes,
do that.
Be cool to do it. And then when someone bought us our Lake Town built board.
Yeah. So that's Fire and Water. I can't believe how many scenarios there are. Sorry, I'm gonna have to read. I'm gonna have to double check because they're all no.
There's a little gap. So there's only 2.
We can't do 16 scenarios. I think we'll. No.
Sets of 4.
Yeah.
You wait till after Christmas for the rest, kids. As well.
You ain't getting there right now.
So we'll do 1.
Do full. I think we should do full and Necromancer. Do what we plan to do.
Yes, they're quite 2 big meaty ones.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll go over and revise the others. Wow. Thanks, James.
So I didn't mind doing anything, but scenarios.
We split them up between us. Jeez. So, the fall of the Necromancer. This is cool. I'm intrigued in how, because I've not read this yet, it's whether
SBG has any influence on it.
For sure, exactly. I just wanted to word that correctly so there's no copyright involved. So, you play on a 24 by 24 inch board. This scenario is played out in the ruins of Dol Guldur.
Oh, it's a complete rip-off already. It's 24 by 24 and in Dol Guldur.
The more creative the battlefield, the more exciting your game will be. Stairways, fallen statuary and rubble aplenty should be scattered across the battlefield. Statuary, yes. Statuary. Okay, good participants. Gandalf, Galadriel, Lady of Light, Elrond, Lord of the West, Saruman the Wise, and Radagast the Brown. Evil models.
Golb.
The Keeper of the Dungeons, i.e. Golb, all 9 of the Nazgul at Dol Guldur, and the Necromancer of Dol Guldur. Cool. Starting positions. Gandalf starts the game in the centre of the board, after which the evil player places the Keeper of the Dungeons anywhere on the board within 3 inches of the Grey Wizard, from the Grey Wizard. Finally, the good player places Galadriel touching any board edge. All other models will be available as reinforcement during the game. Love to see how Gandalf and Galadriel just get on their own. Okay, objectives. The good side wins if Gandalf moves off the board and the Necromancer is banished. The evil side wins if 2 members of the White Council, including Gandalf or Radagast, are slain before this can occur.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
It is indeed. Special rules. A wizard dies lying. Gandalf has been battered by the magics of the Necromancer, bound in a gibbet cage and brutalised by the Keeper of the Dungeons. He is on death's doorstep. Gandalf begins the game with no might or will. His staff is destroyed, and so he does not get his 3 point of will per turn. Also, he begins the game prone and under the effects of paralysed magic power. Friendly models may carry Gandalf in which he is a heavy object. Straight away, tough for Gandalf. So he's one of the 2
Dungeons. Bang! He's dead.
I know, yeah, with his rerolls and his...
+1 to wound, burly, so 2s, his strength 4.
Galadriel, you need to go and do your...
2s, at least 2 attacks, a double to 4.
Yeah.
Surely you just go, Charge Gandalf, he's paralysed, I win. He's dead.
Well, that's it, you can't, unless you roll 4 1s and then you re-roll 4 1s again.
Yeah.
That's the only way to not to wound him.
Grim. This is something else.
Yes. Okay, 9 for the mortal men doomed to die. The Nazgul are summoned by the will of the Necromancer, unleashed to slay the Lady of Light before she can spirit Gandalf away. As soon as the Keeper of the Dungeons is slain, or Gandalf is moved, or recovers from paralyse, the evil player places all 9 Nazgul anywhere on the battlefield more than 6 inches from Galadriel and Gandalf. Okay, so starting the board, it's pretty much only Gandalf and the Keeper of Dungeons and Galadriel. So Galadriel stick the Keeper.
Yeah, but she starts touching a board edge. She moves 6. Can't banish him because he's not a spirit.
Fortify Gandalf for no reason. Yeah.
He walks in, kills Gandalf immediately.
Yes, pretty much.
The Gandalf just dies. There's no which way about it. Gandalf will die the turn 1.
But he gets his fate though, doesn't he? Yeah, he doesn't get marked with a fate, so Keeper's going to do 4 wounds probably out of 4.
Yeah.
Say if he's unlucky, he'll do 3. Gandalf should recover 2 of them. He still really should die.
He probably dies turn 1, or it depends on his attacks, because I've not really read the profile for him. If he's 2 attacks, Gandalf might live. If he's 3 attacks, Gandalf just dies.
The Keeper is mega. He doesn't get his reroll thing straight away.
Doesn't need it.
2 attacks, 2 wounds, strength 5. Does he get burly straight off? Gets 3
so he's 200 pick burly.
Yes, so he's not killed anyone,
so
he doesn't reroll his 1s yet.
Okay.
Doesn't cause terror.
But he gets +1 to wound.
Yes.
So if he piercing strikes, reaches 7.
And he gets +1 plus burly.
Yeah.
So +2.
So if he reaches 7, that's 3s. And he gets the +2, so that'd be 1s. So if he charges him and piercing strikes up to strength 7, he does 4 wounds.
Yeah, even if he doesn't piercing strike, it's 2s.
Yeah.
5 on 5 is 4s too.
Yeah. And he auto wins that fight.
Yeah, and gets double attacks.
Yeah.
Hold out! Hold out! What Galadriel needs recover.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? Yeah.
Renew.
Okay.
Renew.
Renew, that's the one. Okay, so next special rule. Are you in need of assistance? Elrond and Saruman have answered the call. The good player may move them into play at the end of the good move phase in any turn. In the turn they arrive, Elrond and Saruman may use 2 magical powers, each if they wish. It may be the same spell twice if you prefer.
Okay, so this makes more sense
Yeah,
now.
so he comes on
you come in,
otherwise.
chop up Gandalf. He blasts him
But
away
can
twice.
they come on
and then-
before that?
No. So, assuming Gandalf doesn't fluff all his fate rolls, Elrond
To
comes
play at
on
the
and
end
goes.
of the good move phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that because the thing you could charge him and then you can go, oh, I'll mobilise.
Oh yeah, that. Or I was thinking, oh yeah, I was gonna say renew, but whatever.
Yeah, or
At least if you hold them back after turn 1.
yes, but a double spell, so double Nature's Wrath.
Yeah. Which is maybe why you want them to come out a little bit later.
Yes, double
So you
Nature's.
get this big, massive, magical barrage.
So would you with Elrond? Would you do 1 dice and a 2 dice Nature's Wrath?
I don't know.
Because you still obviously think you still got to cast them, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's cool. Double spell from Saruman. 1 dice with a reroll. 1 dice with a reroll. No. That is very cool.
You definitely just blast the keeper.
Yeah.
Get away from him.
Be gone. Okay, Radagast to the rescue. Radagast also has his part to play against the Necromancer. Radagast may enter the battlefield from any board edge at the end of any good move. I've only got his slay phase after the turn in which Elrond and Saruman arrive. Gandalf can be loaded onto the Radagast sleigh in which he can count as a passenger.
Just keep Radagast around.
Mate, I
beating
know,
him.
yeah. All that Strength 4 against
Yeah.
the what do you call them?
Raids of Dol Guldur.
Yeah, grim. Okay, return to the Necromancer. As his servants battle the White Council, the Necromancer returns to do battle once more. In the end phase of the 9th turn, the evil player places the Necromancer touching any table edge.
That's quite a nice little homage to the 9, that on the 9th turn
Yes, very
he
true.
arrives. That's cool.
And it means that the other 9 don't get the +1 to come back
Yeah, yeah.
in that for those 9 turns.
Mhm.
So you really want to try and pop a good half of them in that time.
Yeah, as many as possible.
It's cool. I like the concept. It is different to the
Yeah.
SBG.
Yeah, well, they've got the new profiles
Yes,
rather than just wraiths. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think it's very cool. Designer's notes. This scenario captures the eldritch madness of the encounter between the White Council and the Necromancer of Dol Guldur and his minions. The good side has some of Middle-earth's mightiest heroes at their disposal, but the Nazgul is in this incarnation, and so close to the Necromancer's power, are an implacable foe. The victory in this scenario goes to the side who can best harness all the powers of their models. The White Council will need to stick together while the Nazgul may seek to divide them. Cool.
A very cool scenario.
Yeah, I like that. And
Like it a lot.
good to see the new wraiths in action.
Yeah. Very cool. I think I don't know who wins this one.
Depends how the magic goes, and because there's so magic heavy from the good side, they need to win those roll-offs for priority.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they get tapped down,
Lady of Light banishing them whilst they're not got the Necromancer around, and a 4+ it like 50-50 whether they come back.
Yes.
They've got the might. So.
yes, but even if you get a force in that might off them early on.
Mm-hmm.
Elven Blade from Elrond,
Yeah.
handy as well.
And then just magic blast from Saruman.
Yeah. Would you channel Nature's Wrath
Nah.
for the chances those 6s that it's a -1 to come back? Nah. No strap to it.
Yeah. Need 6s to wound.
Cool, I like it. Radagast on Slay, the combat monster.
Leave
Proper
him-
combat monster.
Leave him in there. Like now,
And they
Gandalf,
totally
screw
would.
you.
Well, you draw in
What's
fight,
the
I
objectives?
suppose. Objective, the good side of it, Gandalf moves off the board and the Necromancer is banished.
Yeah, so you got it. You just take it.
Oh, we'll put him in the sleigh, take him to the very corner of the board, drop him off, and come back with a sleigh, do some more damage. Yeah. That'd be cool. That would be very cool. Well, let's see the points work out on that is.
Yeah. Well, that's nearly 1,000, isn't it? That's 1,000.
Yeah, and the good ones. Gandalf's what 170, but he's less. Galadriel's 130. Elrond's about 180. Saruman's 170. And Radion Slay's 200.
It's close.
Yeah, I'd love to see that one played out.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom Danian, get on that.
Yeah, that's your job,
Can
guys
put-
down south.
You can borrow my Radion Slay. That's all I got for you.
Right, and that's what we're gonna. That's the Gathering Storm. Obviously, the next video will be all about the Battle of Five Armies and the Iron Hills arriving, and etc. etc. But after reviewing many scenarios today, we're done.
We're done. I think that's right as well, because the ones that come are all from the battle.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them. You can maybe even do. We could split them into because there's so many.
In front of Erebor, in Dale, and then atop Ravenhill.
Yeah, they just keep coming. Yeah, I think Ravenhill is his own thing on its own as well. Then you can do an extra Battle of Five Armies Part 2 when Vale and Pals come.
Keep going. There we are. And then there's the campaign rules.
We are not doing a campaign. If anyone wants to do that.
So we're going to call it there. That is a chunky amount to go through, and it's a logical endpoint.
Yes, I think so.
To the content. So I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below if you intend to play or would like to see these scenarios played out. And as ever, be sure to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit host in the links below.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming, everyone.